episode 63, and welcome in to the Bench is Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants, a first-place San Francisco Giants who went a 4-2 last week.
And I'm Tyler Coe, and I represent the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have gone, hold on, let me do the math because it's been so many games. Dodgers went 4-1, 6-1, a solid 6-1. But the Giants and Padres keep winning.
Third place.
You know, I don't know what the Cardinals score is if that game's over, but if the Cardinals lose and the Dodgers win, the top three National League records are the Giants, Padres, and Dodgers. So long gone are the days of the NL West being the shittiest division in baseball.
I feel like it hasn't been for a while, and I think the Central has been a little weak.
I was going to say the Central's pretty bad.
Yeah, because I mean the Cubs
American
have
League
just been
Central is also very bad.
Exactly. They've just been underperforming for a while, like Cubs, and the Reds are always like they like. Yeah, I there's a lot of things going on with the Reds. Obviously, because we're beating the shit out the Reds, which is a great thing. But before we get into the weeks of the two respected teams, let's talk a little bit about what's going on around the league and why there's so many no-hitters this year. I think we're at 4 now. After Klubers?
6.
We're at 6, and the record was 7 in, I think, 1997.
So the Indians have been no-hit twice. The Mariners have been no-hit twice. And now the Rangers have been no-hit twice. So, I don't know. And I feel like the Mariners are probably going to get no-hit again. Dog, watching them in batting practice last week was the most hilarious thing. It was frustrating as shit. They maybe put 2 balls out in batting practice and fucking BP. So they are not a good hitting team.
I did a quick fact check really quick on my I was right on the 7 no-hitters, but it was not 1997. It actually has happened 3 times, 1990, 1991, and 2012. How many no-hitters do you think are going to happen this year? Think it's just going to hit to a dead stop, or we're going for 20?
No. I think it's going to lessen, but I think we're good for 9. I bet you there's 9 this season.
Wow.
Yeah.
The way we're on pace. We're not even a third into the season. So
Jesus, we're on pace for almost 20.
About 20, yeah. So I think I don't think we're going to keep on pace. I think you're right, but I think it's going to be closer to like 12, 15. Because something is going on.
It's definitely going to be more than 7. We know that almost for sure.
Right.
I'd be willing to bet my fucking life on that.
And a lot of older people in the game are talking about how it's because of the approaches the guys have. No one has two strike approaches and yada yada yada. And I believe that does contribute to it. Does the fact that you could strike out 100 times in a season and it's not a big deal, even if you're a star. But I think it has to do with repercussions of a 60-game season. I think these pitchers are just well rested and they're ready to go. I don't know what this makes of the hitters, but I think it's just because pitching is so strong right now, and I don't know, maybe they're making a case for the mound to get moved back a foot. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of all for it now. This is exactly what the MLB wants. They want all these no-hitters so they can be like, see guys, like, look, we have all this evidence. That's all these true. No-hitters, the game's going longer. There's not enough action. We're moving the mound back. And then, the season after that happens, we're going to have 3 guys hit 60 bombs. So Right.
And that's the thing.
We'll see.
Let's say they do, move it back. What are they going to do if all of a sudden offense is out of control and we got 4-hour games because, everyone's just hitting the shit out of the ball? Are you gonna be like, okay, let's just move it back up 6 inches? I think just let guys adjust. Let's chill out with the moving of the mound back. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you need more data than after a weird season.
Let's juice some baseballs again. Let's juice those balls because this shit's getting It's getting ridiculous because
Right.
now, like, if you look at it, I think my buddy and I were talking about it the other day. There are still more no hitters than there are cycles in the history of Major League Baseball, but
Okay.
that gap is closing. And I think the cycle, I mean, if things keep going the way they're going, the cycle is going to be way more exciting than a no hitter.
Oh, no.
Happens way less often.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I feel it like it is. I don't know. I've never been to a game where a cycle has happened, but I have been to a game where like no
Let's
hitters have
go.
gone really deep. What happened?
The Dodger, the most famous Dodger, Albert Pujols, who we'll talk about later, just hit a little jam shot single off the glove of the first baseman. Bases loaded, no outs.
Well, we did when we talked about the Albert Pujols signing. I did make a statement that the Albert Pujols will never hit a home run with the Dodgers. When do you think he will hit his home run, if any, if he hits his first home run?
Within a week, hopefully
Within
against
a week.
the Giants.
Yeah.
Doug,
I don't know.
When the Albert Pujols signing happened, I was excited just because, okay, it's Albert Pujols. But then Corey, there's so much we have to talk about. Corey Seager goes down with the fractured hand. Now you need someone like Albert Pujols because now you shift Max Muncy over to second base. And now you need a first baseman who can hit. We don't have any bench players who can hit. DJ Peters, a literal who? Nobody. Sheldon Noisy, fuck him. Luke Raley, awful. Dude, we don't have any bench guys. So Luke Raley, DJ Peters, and Sheldon Noisy, enjoy your time out with the big club because it's coming to an end soon. Because McKinstry's coming back. Belly's coming back. And then when Pollock and Seager come back, there's absolutely no room for you.
Wow. With that, might as well just talk about the weeks. Jeez, I mean, just going hard. I guess maybe that's why you're going so hard on these guys is because last week you were talking about how shitty the team was doing and how the game was a loss, and all of a sudden Gavin Lux is a 3-run home run.
Yeah. We'll have more on Gavin Lux in a minute because I'm going to have to eat crow on that one for the second time this season about Gavin Lux. But yeah, if you recall last week, we finished mid-Mariners game, and I was bummed because things were not looking good. Then Gavin Lux hits that home run, and that might be the turning point for the season because since then, 6-1, we swept the Mariners, we won the Marlins series. If we win tonight, we win the Diamondback series. It's just been good baseball. It's been fun to watch again. We don't have duds like Luke Raley and Sheldon Noisy and DJ Peters playing out there, which has been great. Matt Beatty, ever since he came back from the alternate site, has been crushing the ball. Chris Taylor coming back, or not coming back, but he was out for a game or two. Dude, Chris Taylor and Max Muncy might be the MVP of this team thus far. These guys, they're carrying the team as far as I'm concerned, especially at the plate. I mean, their OPS, I guarantee, is probably the highest on the team, the two of them. I don't have it in front of me. And if it's not, I'm sure I'll get grilled on Twitter for that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they've just looked good. The pitching's pretty much been there this season, starting pitching wise. The bullpen's starting to catch up. So we just kind of need to stay the course. And I mean, dude, once Belly comes back, McKinstry comes back, now we got to wait at least 4 weeks for Corey Seager, which is a huge hit. Once he comes back and AJ Pollock comes back, as long as everyone else stays healthy and we don't have another catastrophic injury, things are going to be okay and they're going to work out. So hopefully, we can kind of just stay this course. But yeah, Albert Pujols, a lot of people did not like it. But then a day later, Seager goes down. I mean, it works.
I guess so.
It seems like you have something really negative to say. So
I just thought it was funny.
Why don't you just go ahead and say it?
Just like it's never a good sign when like your girl says I think it's funny, but I think it's funny that everyone was talking about Albert Pujols is just a really good bench option and this and that about how like, oh, that's who you want in a pinch hit situation. Like, so it's, there's no, you don't have to look too much into it. And then the next couple days, he's been batting fourth or fifth and starting. So they're leaning on him a lot. I don't see how they could turn him into something bigger than the Angels did. Maybe he might do a little bit more, but he's had a crazy protection around him before. I mean, the Angels lineup is not what was hurting them. It was, their pitching.
Here's the thing. This is how the lineup, he shouldn't be playing all that often. And he is going to be a bench bat. And I think more than anything, he brings the experience of a first ballot Hall of Famer to a club with a lot of young guys. I mean, I don't think
it doesn't hurt.
That is such a huge value. But the Dodgers also signed Yoshi Tsugu. And I think that's going to be an underrated signing because out of Japan, he was like one of the most highly sought after international signings. Dude, he debuted for the Rays in July of last year and they gave up on him already. So I don't think that's a bad signing at all. Now you can stick him in left field and then you can put Matt Beatty in right field. And now that way you keep Sheldon Noisy and Luke Raley and DJ Peters off the fucking team. They just made a huge error. Josh Rojas sucks. What an idiot. Oh my God.
Honey, I'm hang gliding. Take a picture. I'm dead. An idiot.
Dude, idiot. Yeah, Will Smith just hit a liner to Josh Rojas and it just looked like a pretty routine play. It just tipped off his glove, scored 2. Dodgers up 3-2.
That was I think the headline for who the Diamondbacks got back for Zach Greinke. I think he was like the biggest prospect. So yeah,
was Rojas?
What happens? I think so. I think that was I know for sure he was part of the package, but I don't remember if he was. Because I remember when they were in talks with the Astros for Madison Bumgarner. That was like the guy that they were like supposed to headline the package for was Rojas.
Dude, that was a total Yasiel Puig, like, you know how Puig had those few balls that he just dropped outright that were routine plays. Right. That was that for sure. But Dodgers up 3-2. See, the magic just keeps coming. Yeah, exactly. So like I was saying, keep Sheldon Noisy, Luke Raley, and DJ Peters from ever seeing the field ever again. Unless we're up 10-0 and want to pinch it. Because those guys don't deserve to be on a field of a first ballot Hall of Famer like Albert Pujols.
DJ Peters is supposed to be I don't want to say next guy up because he's not like a top 100 guy.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to – I mean, you just talked about the Rays giving up on someone so quick when DJ Peters has had a little bit of a track record in the minor league. So you might want to chill back DJ a little bit. Peters, unless your idea is to talk shit enough to make him do good, but that could work.
DJ Peters just came into a pinch run for Albert Pujols, and that's all he should be doing. DJ Peters would be a Hall of Famer if it was illegal to throw a fastball over 89 miles an hour. He'd be a Hall of Famer, but he can't even catch up to a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. So I don't want him on my team. Oh, baby.
Jeez, you're just going in.
Dog, that's a Mookie Betts ground rule double, boys. 4-2 Dodgers. Man, this is fun.
Baseball's fun again. All of a sudden.
Fun, guys. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about the Dodgers right now, since I'm watching the game as we're.
That's all I gotta say about
filming.
Let's keep it going with fun baseball. Beginning of the week, I would have thought baseball wasn't so fun. The Giants split the series with the Pirates, which should have been a sweep. The 2 games that they lost, they had one, and I really don't want to blame the bullpen for one of these losses. I mean, technically the bullpen did give up a 1-run lead, but Kevin Gausman was just a madman throwing 8 innings, only in going out there for the 9th. I mean, anyone would have threw him out there in the 9th. So to have him give up a couple singles and then the bullpen coming in to try to like save it. I mean, 1st and 3rd, no outs. You can't expect Jake McGee to get out of that with no runs. I mean, that would have been an amazing, feat. The fact that he got only 1 run, that run in from 3rd is amazing. So I'm going to put that loss on the offense, but the blow up of the bullpen in the 3rd game, the game was over. It was like 6-0 Oh shit! I wish I would have pulled it out. I know it was 6-2 at the time when they started their collapse. And it was just 2-run inning, and then the ninth inning, blowing up a 4-run lead. So it's I I don't know what to do at this point. I know the bullpen has been shaky even with games that they won. Um, I think it's too early to put the emergency. We need to give up prospects to get relievers. I don't think they'll give up high level prospects, but even like mid level prospects, I don't think it's that time yet. I think you give maybe Tropiano and see maybe if Tyler Beatty when he comes back, because they're not going to have him start fucking 8 innings right now, right after Tommy John. So when he gets back, maybe throw him into the bullpen and ease him in. When Sanchez comes back, I know they want to put my guy Logan Webb in the back of that bullpen, and with that stash, maybe he just becomes fucking. I mean, obviously he was too much to handle for the Reds. He's been electric since the mustache, but maybe that bullpen might even. They're gonna have to figure something out, and I think they can maybe figure out in house at the moment. So they did go what I wanted them to go. They secured the what was it, the split, and then the 3-game win already. They're going for the sweep tomorrow against the Reds. So not the way I wanted it. I was expecting 3 games from the Pirates and then 2 games from Cincinnati, but I'll take it any way you can get it. It is what it is. You're gonna have blowups and it is what it is. But I know we're going to go back to you for your studs and duds, but I'm going to do mine right now. Some stud and dud of the week. And I'm going to go first because I just want to – I don't like to rub shit on my guys too much, so I'm just going to kind of glance over this. Evan Longoria needs to step up. Guy's got a stash and it is not working for him, unfortunately. Does go into Longo hitting a 95 on his average. 0.095 for the week. That's not very good if you didn't know that, kids. And he's not even, I feel like I'm like Derek from Step Brothers. Like, you don't even look good when you're doing this right now. Like, it's just, but we do take for granted his defense. He is a very good defensive third baseman, made multiple good plays, especially in the game today. But shit, he needs to really ramp it up because I can't stand 0.95 Longoria glossing over it because I'm not going to beat it down, and I'm going to talk about my stud, the one, the only, probably one of the best starting pitchers in all of baseball, the ace of the staff, Kevin Gausman.
I can't even argue with it.
Gausman doing it. 2 starts in the week, 14 innings pitched, 1 earned run, and 20 Ks. We talked about gloss over his start against the Pirates, went for the complete game shutty, couldn't close it out, but had a career high 12 strikeouts in the game. And then today, I felt like he could have went to the 7th, but I'm a leave the starter pitching out there till his arm falls off. So that's probably good that I'm not in charge of decisions. But 6 innings pitched, another 8 Ks.
Yeah,
I love the guy. There's nothing much I could say about that.
Yeah, and you used him before the Dodger series, so good on you guys. That brings us to the real stud and dud of the week.
I got you going now. I love how you're doing it too. Loving it.
I haven't even really thought about a dud, to be honest, because I got 2 studs. You know what? I'll follow the rules this time. I'll go one stud.
The fucking rules.
I'm gonna go Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux, stud of the week. He's the one that Gavin Lux might have lit the fuse, lit the fire into this team's ass last week with a 3-run bomb against Seattle. He hit a grand slam Tuesday night against the Diamondbacks, which was sick. Dude, Gavin Lux's glove is looking solid. He's always had a good glove. His arm is suspect, but he's just been all around great. His OPS the last week is over 1,100. I'd put Chris Taylor up there too, but I'm going to give it to Gavin just because, I talk so much shit about him that, you can only break people down so much. Then you got to start building them back up. So I'm going to start building them back up. Yeah, absolutely.
Catch that beautiful butterfly, my friend.
So staying on brand with my, previous rant and my anger, I'm going 3 duds. DJ Peters, Sheldon Noisy, Luke Rayleigh.
Noise.
Because we have no bench bats. We have Albert Pujols and Susugo now. Those 3 dudes should never see the field unless it's a pinch run situation or we're up by, 12 runs, 10 runs. The game has to be out of hand. So, maybe DJ Peters will get lucky one day and we'll be up by 10 or 11 runs and he'll get a 3-0 count from a position player and maybe he'll be able to put one in the seats. Maybe.
Possibly.
But I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, let's jump back to the league. Let's get on some fuck you of the week. Brought to you by Farhan. Fuck that guy. You can quote me on that. Going to 1. And you've guessed it. Tony LaRussa for being a baby back bitch and not backing up his players. Oh my God. I mean, you can have a feelings, I guess, about swinging 3-0 when a position player is pitching on such a big lead. Maybe. At the same time, Yerman's supposed to just take a hit on his batting average. He's just supposed to knock down his stats because you gave up on the game. That's your fault. Don't suck so bad, and maybe you won't be down 15-4 and have to put a position player out to pitch. So that's on you. To tell the team to stop trying, why don't you just tell hey, you know what? We give up. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah.
But fuck you, dude. And I mean, that's just one thing, but mainly fuck to Tony LaRussa because of how many times he went out of his way to talk about how Mercedes did the wrong thing and how he apologized, and that's not how you do it. I don't care if he says that's his game. That's not what we do. We respect baseball. What about respect your fucking players, bro? Those are your dudes.
Yeah.
And you're throwing them under the bus.
No. So LaRussa is adamantly saying that he was given the take sign. So if you're ignoring the third base coach, yeah, totally. But if that were true, then you come out and say, that's not how we play baseball here. You don't ignore signs. We gave you the 3-0 and he went and we did it for these reasons. But you don't go and say he's going to, have to answer internally to the family or whatever, saying that he's going to be punished internally. And the other thing is, I'm sure we all saw the John Boy breakdown. Dude, he just glances at third base for a half a second. I doubt there was even a take sign. I think they were just expecting him to take. And then Tony LaRussa said he was running up the steps before the pitch saying, take. And it's
dude hasn't ran in probably since 2011. I can't imagine him running or making any sudden movements.
No, definitely not. It's just mind-boggling. I feel like if at worst, if you really are, an old-time boomer when it comes to baseball, just say that, that this isn't how I would handle it. I don't believe being this way, but he did what he did and that's it. And then he paid for it. They threw at him or tried to.
Right.
That's the payment. So if you really feel that way, that's fine. Let them throw at him. But as a coach, you have to defend your fucking players. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh. How you would expect a player to protect another player. You would expect a player to protect a manager. Why are we not expecting a manager to back up his player? That's insanity to me. Maybe be hey, he missed the take sign, and we'll figure it out from there. But to go out of your way more than once, because he could have easily just been we're not talking about this anymore. That was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Why?
You don't have to talk about it at all.
Yeah.
You never
shut
even
down
have
the
to answer
question.
the question. Just say, yeah.
I'm sure if someone talked about your drunk driving, you would shut down the question. So shut down the question, back up your dudes.
There was 2 of those. Also, just saying, Tony LaRussa looks like he has that alcoholic nose going where it's really bulbous nose. So maybe Tony LaRussa was drunk when he said that. I don't know.
Possibly.
That would be a better excuse than just being a dick to your players.
For real. And the Golden State Warriors suck. And the Lakers
Shouldn't
win.
you be a Golden State Warriors fan?
Not at all. Okay, let me
Bay Area poser.
Let me explain myself. I don't know if I've explained myself on the pod. I think I've explained it to you maybe, but I started watching basketball after the Giants' shitty 2017. So I have no ties to basketball in the Bay Area. My dad was raised out in Daly City, so he grew up a Giants fan and raised me to be a Giants fan. My dad was not into basketball, so for me to start watching basketball and to pick the Warriors wouldn't make any sense, especially in 2017 when the Warriors were that'd be super bandwagony. At the time when I started watching basketball, it was the Lakers were shitty, and
I would expect nothing less from you. Like you show up with your Steph Curry jersey, wearing like your New England Patriots hat. Like, all right, guys, we like sports here.
That Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the GOAT. No, I mean, it is what it is. I don't watch football, so yeah, it is what it is. So yes, I am a Laker fan and a Giant fan. Probably one of like 12 people in the entire world that are like that. But yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Cool story, bro. Anyways, yeah, protect your players.
Yes, do
Have
that.
Your players back. Dude, how, everyone when LaRussa got hired was pretty skeptical just because you have someone like Tim Anderson on the team. Like, dude, I love Tim Anderson fucking at the top step of the dugout, just talking shit, like waving goodbye. Like,
I'm such a huge fucking Tim Anderson fan, dude.
Like, dude, you can't tell me those dudes in the locker room like love Tony LaRussa. There's no fucking way.
No. I'm on board with the Tim Anderson throw the bat at like different angles. And what I liked, he did a breakdown of that bat flip on MLB Network. I watched it, and they were like, "Hey, I forgot who the pitcher was. I know it was the Royals, but they're like, oh, he didn't like that, And he was like, he cannot like that. It's not about him. It's about me and my team. And that's what like he's not trying to be like, oh fuck this team. I'm the shit. He's just like, I use it to fire up my team. Yeah. And you know what? Even if he was about like, oh, I'm the shit, that's still pretty tight because I don't know. I love shit talking in baseball. Yeah. I want more of it.
It's like tonight, Torey Lovello, the Diamondbacks managers, got tossed in like the fourth inning because they went for a safety squeeze and Kershaw threw it and it hit the runner because he was 2 feet inside the baseline. I mean, it's the easiest interference call ever.
Right.
But he goes out there and you can tell it's one of those where like he's just going to stay out there until they toss him.
Right.
Because it'll fire the team up. That's why. It's not like he knows it's not going to go overturned. You do it to fire up your guys.
Not only that, but it's almost as if managers should back up their fucking players.
Yeah. So it's so facto. Tony LaRussa is a fucking bum.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. You can quote me on that. I mean, 100 times over. So next week, we have a lot to get into for next week for obvious reasons. But real quick, I'm going to knock out that the Giants will be playing the Diamondbacks after the Dodgers. And I'm expecting, honestly, Gosman's going to be pitching in that thing. I'm going for a sweeper of that, as well as a win tomorrow against the Reds. So that's going to be 3. And I'm going to predict 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. So it's going to be, I'm predicting a 6 in 1 week. Yeah. And then we're going to break down exactly what's going on in the Dodgers series after we hear Tyler's lame prediction about what the Dodgers are going to do. Third place Dodgers.
Dodgers have a stacked week next week. It's going to be the most fun series of the season for obvious reasons, but also after the Giants series, 2 games in Houston. And I've been watching the Dodgers Twitter, and they have a lot of people going down to Houston. So
it's in Houston. Okay.
It's in Houston. Yeah. They don't come here till September, I believe, but that's going to be fucking fun. I'm super excited for that series. I'm predicting the Dodgers are going to get a little sweepy sweep in Houston. And I'm predicting the boys in blues are going to take a 2 of 3 of the Giants from the Giants.
Okay. So we're both saying the same thing, 2 out of 3. What about Arizona? I'm guessing you're presuming a win today. What about tomorrow?
Taking that win, baby. Bullpen game. Lock up that dub.
So you're saying a sweep. So you're predicting exactly what I predicted. So you're going to 6-1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about this little predictions of the. I guess this is meaning playing each other. I don't know. This is me rubbing my knuckles together. If you're not, I don't know. I don't know.
Trying
what
to
I'm
make fire or jacking off a very thin penis.
2 very thin penises.
Yeah.
That would be entertaining. Maybe we can get 100 million likes on that thing. OnlyFans. Let's go. Let's break down these pitching matchups because I feel like I like to look at series when I do series predictions of who has the upper hand for starting pitching, right? I'm going to go back to front, just how you would start, back to front. Game 3 is DeScalafani and Urias. I believe the Giants have the one up on there, so they're set up to win that guy. Webb and Buehler, I believe the Dodgers are set up to win there. And I feel like the real kicker is got to be Wood versus Bauer because, Wood has just been so good this year. Bauer's a better pitcher, in the grand scheme of things, but Wood has just been so fucking dominant. But I don't know, maybe the Dodgers know him more. So I believe the caveat, the wild card, is going to be game 1. So I feel like whoever wins game 1 is going to take the series.
Okay. I definitely think Julio Urias has the one up in game 3. Dude's pitched lights out this year. Dog, Urias is 6-1, baby. 6-1.
Do you know who Anthony DeScalafani is?
Yeah. I hear you have to say his stupid name all the time. Here's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, you mean when he talked about his complete game shutty, or the fact that he's been my stud a couple times this year? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, did he close out the World Series? Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're in 2021 now. And we're not talking about coming out of the bullpen. We're actually talking about being a big boy and starting games. So
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Tell me.
Let me finish. I want to know. Let me finish. I let you finish.
I gotta finish. It's my turn.
Here's the thing. From a personal standpoint,
right,
I'm pretty upset because Trevor Bauer was supposed to pitch the final game of the Diamondbacks series, which I will be at because I've seen Julio Urias pitch 4 times this season in person. So I was really excited to see Trevor Bauer finally, not in spring training, and they move him to the Giants series. Yes, they move him to the Giants series, which is the right thing to do, obviously.
I feel like that might be a little desperate.
Bauer going up against Wood, not worried. You know what? I'm even going to double down. If Albert Pujols gets a start, if he starts the first game of the Giants series, he's taking Alex Woodyard.
Oh, and he definitely will. As far as he's definitely going to start because Alex Wood's a lefty, unless something else happens. So he's going to start. What do you want to put on that? Is there something that you want to maybe?
I don't think he'll start, but
okay. Let's say he does start. You
got to give me odds.
There's no odds. Either hits a home run or he doesn't. He hits a home run or he doesn't. You got to give me like
6-1 odds. That's not how betting works, my friend.
Guess what? Fuck the odds. Basically, you're either going to buy me Chipotle or I buy you Chipotle if he hits a home run or not. Or I've
been lying this whole time. I'm not vaccinated, so I can't hang out. Sorry, dude. Can't get you Chipotle. Anyways,
it's okay. You can pay for DoorDash.
Game 2. I think my boy Walker, he has his best game of the season. He's a big game pitcher. He knows what this series means. He steps up. Yeah. And game 3, I think Julio shuts it down. The Dodgers might even go for the sweep. They might even go for the sweep here.
Just a little update on 2021 stats. Urias has a 3.04 ERA. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Better than I thought. But my man DeScalafani has a 2.03.
Oh yeah. If we played the Rangers, Pirates, and Reds every fucking week, then
I'm sorry, who have you played that we haven't?
0 ERAs.
Who have you played?
We haven't played the Rangers and we haven't played the Pirates.
You mean pitching in Coors Field? Pitching in Great American Ballpark? That's really easy. You sound dumb.
You're an idiot.
You're not
We
dumb.
opened the season at
Dumb.
Coors, bro. Shut up.
Okay, then. Against the Shitty
Anyways-
Rockets, like we you guys. So
Anyways,
Anyways,
this is what we've been waiting for all season. The Giants are somehow in first place, but that shit ends after this
again.
weekend. And then guess what?
First
Guess what?
place.
Right
The
after the Astros,
worst.
you bozos come down to LA for 4 games, and then we really put the hurt on. All right. We won't get into that right now. We'll wait.
No, we won't. The next, I feel like next.
Mark my
week's pod's gonna be
fucking
fun.
words. 2 weeks from now, you will not be in first place, and you will never see first place the rest of the season after those 2 weeks.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm not in a spot. The Giants obviously aren't a powerhouse at the moment. They're exceeding expectations. Their offense needs to step up. Their bullpen's a little shaky, and their starting pitching has been carrying them. I'm not expecting them to finish the season in first place. To finish in third but get that wild card or second is way further than anyone predicted. So I don't expect them to be in first at the end of the season, but I expect them to beat the Dodgers this series. And obviously you're too much of a bitch to put your money where your mouth is and bet me some Chipotle or whatever else you want to bet.
On the series?
Yeah, on the series.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay.
Air shake.
So next episode, one of us is going to be eating Chipotle on the other person's dime. And we're also going to preview the next Dodger series after that. So it's going to be great.
Yeah. You are the Tony LaRussa of fans. You don't go out there and try to defend your guys. You're like, yeah, look, we're in first place now, but we're probably going to drop down to last, but like, it's okay.
Last?
Dude, you are the Tony LaRussa of fans.
I'm not. No, that's not true. Where they are is way better than anyone expected. I think they have a possibility of getting that second spot in that first wild card, and that's way over reaching for what they are. So, because my boy Farhan doesn't rebuild, he retools and competes. So
cool.
We'll
come back to reality next week. Also, right before we wrap this up, DJ Peters is hitting. If he hits a home run right now, I will give some lucky fan $20 on Venmo.
Okay.
And I guarantee you that will not happen. So, with that being said, thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by Renovation Candle Company, where summer candles are out now. I'm actually doing this podcast in the candle lab. You can't tell, but I am. So go get some summer candles. Stop fucking around.
Don't fuck around. We don't fuck around here. While you're not fucking around, actually maybe fuck around a little bit on the internet. Follow us on Benches Cleared Podcast on Instagram, Benches Cleared Pete on Twitter, Benches Cleared on TikTok. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well as YouTube. Make sure to hit that notification button and hit a like. Help us grow. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be talking to you guys next week with more series. Thank you so much.